It's pre-show time. I need to
It is pre-show time.
redo the stream tweet that just went up.
Yeah? Get that ready?
Live now with Rungren. We're talking Wild of the Witchlight? Yeah.
I don't know. You're supposed to know. I'm supposed to react.
Of the Witchlight. Alright, that has been tweeted out.
Okay. Did you let the Discord know?
I'm doing that now,
Oh.
thanks to you reminding me, because I forgot.
It's like we sit around and talk about 100 stuff before you actually...
Yeah, just about, you know. No, I hit the wrong button. No, go back. Go back. I was trying not to get spoiled on Twitter.
I don't want to see.
Come on, give me the link.
What's that?
Oh, fine. I'll just manually type it.
Alright, he's putting the Discord link in, and if you would like to get in the Discord for as little as $1 a month, you can join us there. We have discussions on many things. All kinds of rooms and different things. Good group of people in there.
I will look up so I'm not.
Sometimes we even talk about D&D.
It's now live! Exclamation mark. There we go.
Alright, so now we have that set. We'll give people a few minutes.
Yeah.
Read and show up, see what happens.
I wore a D&D shirt today.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, get in the spirit of things.
I have a plan. I always have a plan. Always. I've never not had a plan. The problem is that none of my plans are good. However, the good news is when I have a plan, 50% of the time it works.
Okay.
50% of the time it doesn't. But,
Right.
you know.
There's times when them's are good odds, though.
Yeah. Hey, look, XCOM has shown me 50% can sometimes be all you need.
All right.
I just noticed that I can resubscribe for 20% off, which means so can you. Just letting you know that you can subscribe for 20. Well, actually, maybe you can't, but I can. So you should check and see if you can or not, because if you can, you should subscribe.
Yeah.
You know?
I appreciate it. Don't do that.
Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, I normally don't do these, but I'm going to do one today. Scroll down and make sure that that little subscribe button is actually bright and not just bright red because this video has been recommended to you instead of you actually being subscribed to us. So just check that if you don't mind while we're at it. We're trying to hit 1,000. We're getting very close.
Oh, so close.
So if you don't mind checking that, we would appreciate it. Hoping that our audio levels are coming through well in this pre-show before we get started into the main thing, which today, again, we're going to be talking about Wild of the Witchlight.
Wild of the Witchlight. You're ready for this, right?
Yes. I don't know. I get why they gave it a special name, but man, I have it on my phone. I'm not just looking stuff up. So, thanks,
Thank you.
Jive Turkey.
Appreciate
Miss you too,
that.
man. Good to see you again. Good to see you again. We used to work together. It
That's
is
awesome.
the Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
Oh, okay. You missed
So-
Beyond.
Yeah, I missed the
What-
Beyond
did-
on
it-
D&D
what-
Beyond.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those shows, is it?
So, appreciate that sub. Thank you very much, Jive
Yes.
Turkey.
That's awesome.
Yeah, tonight we're talking about The Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which is the brand new adventure book that has just come out. Rungren and I don't normally run adventure books, but I will show you the art, everybody. That's the art. It looks cool. I'm not going to show you the art for everything, but I'll show you the art for that. Yeah, this book, it's got some pretty cool stuff in it. We want to cover it. But as usual, because we think it's more fun that way, Rungren hasn't been given all the details.
No, I know the title. I know. If I've got this straight, you should be telling me about 2 races tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Some magic items,
Mhm.
or at least glossing over some magic items. They said monsters,
Couple monsters.
couple monsters,
More than a couple, but it's okay.
but I don't remember the rest. I remember there was because it came out today, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was out today.
Yep.
I remember those 3. Was there anything else?
Yes.
There's monsters, magic items. There was races.
Yeah.
So maybe
And
it was
then
subclasses or
There's
classes?
no new subclasses, but those I don't think there's ever been subclasses in an
Oh, something
adventure
about
book.
traits.
But there's some new traits, and there's some new very interesting lines that are given in here that I think are really cool. Also, one thing I want to touch on when we get into it is that there's a pronunciation guide, which is really nice.
That's cool.
But we'll get into all that when we get in there. We normally go for about a 10-minute pre-show. That's the goal. We're halfway into it now.
She must be at work.
That is understandable. We understand. But yeah, I think I'm taller than you this week.
Your chair's up higher.
Oh.
And I forget to do things.
Yeah.
So it's
yes.
Blood on camera?
I think you're just out of frame.
Okay, it's not going to matter. I don't have a butt.
Unfortunately.
I don't have a butt. It's kind of a straight line back there.
I forgot about that as well.
On through that, yeah.
So thank you to our sound man for reminding us that the air
that we're dummies.
On.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
That is his job. So.
Yeah, he's doing great so far.
Yeah. Apparently, it's a pretty easy thing to do.
Yeah. Not very hard to tell us we're stupid. Well,
awesome.
let me come down to your level then.
All right, yeah. If you want to, if you like that, is that? I guess I could sit up straight maybe. I like to slouch. I'm pretty lazy.
Yeah, that's fair. Remind me too, and I will put in the description the timestamp to skip ahead to when the air conditioner turns off, for people that might have sensitive hearing that are having trouble with that sound coming through the mic, because we did forget to turn it off. So
yeah.
It should be much easier to hear us now.
Well. Thank you, Waverly, for the input. That was very helpful. Also, if we get to rambling about something and you have any D&D question you would like us to discuss,
yes,
any topic that we have picked can be put on hold for you, the viewer.
That is correct. We are both glassesless tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, got it.
We don't have glasses on. We're not wearing our glasses.
To reduce the glare, because we have some new studio lights.
Yeah. Yes.
And, the hope is that little by little we will continue to improve the studio and make it better and better.
We will learn. I told you, I said that before. We will learn. We'll get this right. Mm-hmm. Make it beautiful.
So yeah, if we look different or more handsome without our glasses,
yeah,
then that's just a side effect of it.
Well, that's one of the problems with going to too high quality of the camera.
That's right.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
That's right.
But we'll get there.
And this camera is so high fidelity it makes me look ugly. So just know that I'm more handsome in person. I will say though, twice, because I'm not used to not wearing my glasses at your house. Twice I've gone to straighten my glasses and they're just not there. Like, I'm used to not wearing them at my house. I'm just not used to not wearing them at yours. Yeah, next big improvement for sure.
Yeah, that'll be a few months down the road for those prices. Yeah, but we'll be working on it.
And you can help out with that today if you want to sub to our Patreon over at patreon.com/thefullspectrum. Even as little as $1 a month gets you access to the Discord, but there's a lot of goals and a lot of cool tiers on there. So if you want to check those out, check them out in the comment section, or the description comment section on the YouTube side. Or right now, if you're watching on Twitch, go to patreon.com/thefullspectrum.
Which actually, if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, there should be two links. One will take to the YouTube channel, and the other one's to the Patreon.
I'm getting better at the shilling for
Yeah.
stuff. I've learned the way of the shill.
Those are like,
I've been watching a lot of Skill Up. This is a gaming joke, so it's not gonna make sense. People call him Shill Up because of how good he is at the shill. Yeah. So I'm getting there.
It's a talent for sure. It's a talent.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it sucks, but it's sometimes you got to do it. You gotta remind people to check if they're subscribed because YouTube won't let them. You gotta remind people to see if they're subbed on Twitch because Twitch won't remind you.
Yeah.
You gotta remind people to follow because that follow button's important. It helps a lot.
It does help.
You gotta. I don't like having to be the money man.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got.
Sometimes you have to. And look, and it is a little bit different right now because you're closing in on 1,000.
Yeah.
Right on YouTube, on the YouTube side.
We're getting
really close to 1,000. There's a certain video over there that's got some conditions with numbers on there. Yeah. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, any subscribe like that.
Well, and very recently we had to delete some of our best videos, so due to people, but not bad comments, due to people making bad choices in life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to play Balin all the way through recently, so if you want to give us a pity subscription, I'll take it because Balin destroyed my soul. So, we've pretty much made the 10-minute mark, though, if you think we ought to go ahead and get swinging.
Right, yeah, we can go ahead and...
All right, let's talk about the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. So again, we've never covered an adventure book on this channel.
No.
This is the first one, and I'm excited about it because I want this to be the way adventure books go forward, right? I've talked about Mystic Odyssey of Theros and how Theros is like a really fun... what's the word? Theros is like a really fun setting that has a cool adventure in it. And it feels like between this and what we just got with Ravenloft that the goal is to have a cool setting that has a lot of options for adventures, and then the next book be an adventure book that has a lot of cool stuff for settings, right?
Yeah.
Which a good trade-off back and forth,
yeah.
which I think is really cool. Now there's a lot of stuff in here about running the adventure itself. I feel like I don't want to talk too much about the adventure itself because I feel like what's the point of buying the book if we tell you how to run the adventure, right?
Right.
I feel like that is
and honestly, we usually don't run book quests,
right.
so we wouldn't be the best ones to tell you how to do that anyway.
Yes. But instead, I do want to focus on some of the cool new stuff that you get with this book to give you the option and to give you the knowledge. So if you choose you want to buy it, you know what you're getting, right? Which is why I keep buying all these books for sure. That's the reason.
Which also on D&D Beyond, you have and we're not sponsored or anything. It's
right.
It really is a good service. That we both use, DMing and playing. Mm-hmm. Maybe you just want one monster out of it. You can get it that way.
Yep.
You can go. You can single out and buy just that monster.
Another thing I really love is that this book does right away is, hey, if you're a new DM and you're using this for the first time, here's some tips. Here's how armor class works.
Yeah.
Here's how hit points work. Here's how saves and strengths and weaknesses work.
That's nice.
Which is very, very nice to have for brand new DMs, right?
Yeah.
And I just want to highlight this. This is in the DMG, but I love that it's in here too. Dungeon Masters are fallible, just like everyone else, and even the most experienced DMs make mistakes. If you overlook, forget, or misrepresent something, correct yourself and move on.
Yeah.
It's a big adventure with a lot of interconnecting elements. No one expects you to internalize or memorize every aspect of it. As long as your players are having fun, everything will be just fine.
Right.
And to me, that's the spirit of a DM right there.
Yes.
You know.
And for the chat, thank you. Yes, if you buy just the one monster out of this, and later on you decide you want to buy the book on D&D Beyond, it'll take that $1.99.
Yeah, off of the price.
Off the price already. So you can chip down a book and get it to a more reasonable price.
Yeah.
If you are poor like me, that's the way
things
go.
That's the way to do it. The first new thing that we get are the trinkets. These Feywild trinkets that there's a whole list of 100 of them here. I'm not going to go through all of them, but just to give an example, like a cookie cutter shaped like a unicorn.
Okay.
Or a ball and cup toy that plays a short victorious jingle whenever the ball lands in the cup. These are really good mundane magical items that you can throw in that don't really have any great effect, but they're nice to have. They're cool, you know?
I'm trying to think if is there something comparable? I'm trying to remember. It sounds. I like the list. I like stuff like that. I really do. It's a nice thing to have. Also, you can just roll on that. Have just that table, just by your side.
Yep.
Hey, you find 500 gold, and nothing that's going to break the game, but nothing that's going to break the game. Something to add a little flavor to it.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm trying to remember where I've seen a list kind of like this before. I don't remember something in 5th edition.
Don John has them.
That's true. And we haven't brought that website up in a while.
Yeah, Don John is a great resource for
Yes.
DMs. You should be using it.
It's not .com.
Also, I think it's .net.
Yeah,
for anybody
it's
that might be seeing me look down at my phone, it's because I have all of the book on my phone. Because I wanted to talk about it today. I don't want to talk about it next week when I could get a physical copy. And I want to talk about it today.
Right.
And it came out today. So, I did want to just throw this one out here that I thought was really nice. A Pixie's winter jacket lined with fox fur.
That's cool.
Just
I like
a little tiny jacket that you find. And especially like if you're raiding a house that has been taken over by goblins or something, you can take stuff like this out of this adventure and use it as like, hey, this is stuff that you find in this house.
Yeah, I think that's what I like about the little chart right here, because you can just like have that as a DM's list in your notes, just set to the side.
Yep.
Same right beside where you might have a list of names, just in case somebody decides to ask you the names of some stupid birds that really aren't going to be part of the story.
Aeon and Brayon have been very memorable. That's all I'm saying. Another thing that I think is really nice about this, if you're an improv DM, without even meaning to, you could make an entire new wing of the campaign. Because one of these is like a set of false wooden teeth.
Yeah.
Well, now, whether you meant to or not, the players have decided those teeth are important.
Yeah.
And now you come up with an NPC in the next town that is missing his wooden teeth.
Right.
And they can bring it back and get a reward there, too.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Little things.
Yeah. So, from there, we get into the new backgrounds.
Okay.
And so these are the things that if your DM buys this book on D&D Beyond, you'll be able to have, or if your DM has this book physically, these are backgrounds you could take when you make a new character, right?
Okay.
In any campaign, which is why it's so cool to me and why I wanted to go over them. Feylost is the first one. You grew up in the Feywild after disappearing from your home plane as a child. Perhaps you were spirited away by kindly Fey who thought you were destined for great things. Perhaps you stumbled through a Fey crossing by chance during a twilight stroll in the woods. Perhaps you were kidnapped by evil Fey but escaped from their clutches. Whatever the manner of your disappearance, you gradually fell under the Feywild spell and learned a little about the nature of the mercurial tricksters that dwell there.
Okay, well, of course, that one has to be there. Is there more?
Oh, yeah, there's another one. And more to this one itself.
Well, for the description of...
Yes.
Okay.
There is another paragraph. Do you want me to read that other paragraph as well, or just move on
it's
into
just
the...
is it from what it sounded like so far? It's like, yes, this one has to be there.
Yes.
This character, this background is Irish. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, Irish, Gaelic, Celtic, absolutely, 100%.
It's because every one of those are stories.
Yeah.
Wrapped in those, those mythologies from that area. So that's really cool. It's off the bat. Yes.
I'm not going to spoil any of the monsters for you. But I will say that I wish things were called whiskey instead of, as a man of Irish descent.
Yeah.
I wish there were some of the more. We'll get there.
Yeah.
The skill proficiencies with this one that you get are deception and survival.
Okay.
Of course, you become proficient with one type of musical instrument. You get languages one of your choice of Elvish, Gnomish, Goblin, or Sylvan.
Yeah.
And equipment that you start with would be a musical instrument, one of your choice, a set of traveler's clothes, 3 trinkets from the table, and a pouch containing 8 gold points, or gold marks, or just GP. Yeah. You also get a Fey mark. You were transformed in some way by your stay in the Feywild and gained a Fey mark, determined by the table below. This is a table of D8. Number 1 is your eyes swirl with iridescent colors, which is very cool. Number 2 is you have a sweet scent like that of nectar or honey. Number 3 is you have long whiskers like those of a cat.
All right.
Number 4 is your ears are covered with soft tufts of fur. Number 5 is your skin sparkles in moonlight. Number 6 is flowers either bloom or wilt, your choice, in your presence.
Do you make the choice then, or it's just you always have that choice?
I think you make the choice once, and it's always the same, unless you
That's
just really
not
want
as
it.
Cool, but
yeah, I guess you could rule it as the other.
Well, I don't know, just as an emotional extension of the character.
Yeah, if you're feeling good, flowers bloom.
Yeah.
If you're upset, they die.
Makes it really hard for you to lie.
Yeah.
Bring me the rose. Set it by them.
They're lying. Number 7 is your hair is made of vines or brambles and grows back to normal length within an hour of being cut, which again, that's very Celtic mythology.
Yeah, it is.
That is. Ugh.
And straight up, if you've seen any of our episodes before, you know how I feel about bards. But that is a great background for bard.
Yeah, 100%.
There's other characters I'll go to that, but yeah, great background. Okay.
The final one is number 8. You have a tail like that of a dog or another animal.
Nice.
Which is very cool.
Yeah.
Now, there's still more to this, by the way, because backgrounds are pretty extensive in D&D.
Yeah.
We've kind of gotten used to the fact that you just got a bunch when the game came out, when 5e came out, and most of those are what we've had. But this one also adds Feywild Visitor. Whenever you're sound asleep or in a deep trance during a long rest, a spirit of the Feywild might pay you a visit if the DM wishes it. Determine the spirit's form by rolling on the table. No harm ever comes to you as a result of these visits, which can last for minutes or hours, and you remember each visit when you wake up. Conversations that occur with a visitor can contain any number of things, from messages and insights to nonsense and red herrings at the DM's discretion. And they're always in a language you understand, even if the Feywild visitor can't speak that language normally.
Okay.
And your options, a D8 again, are an awakened creature, a beast, or an ordinary plant that has the awakened spell cast on it.
Okay.
A centaur, a dryad,
Okay.
a fairy dragon, a pixie, a satyr, which became playable in Mystic Odyssey of Theros, a sprite, or a unicorn. It also has the feature. I'm sorry. Before I move on, did you want to talk about the visitor? That's just a cool thing.
No, it's just it's a cool thing. I like that they put it under the background. But you mentioned background. If you're playing, if you're not, this may be for some players. They use the backgrounds. They're going to role play that character.
Yeah, 100%.
So the background for them is okay. This is my character. So a lot of backgrounds are very detailed.
Yes.
In a few different ways.
And the final thing that you get for it is Feywild Connection. Your mannerisms and knowledge of Fey customs are recognized by the natives of the Feywild, who see you as one of their own. Because of this, friendly Fey creatures are inclined to come to your aid if you are lost or need help in the Feywild.
That's a good background. I like this one.
Yeah. So the next one, not quite as nice.
Okay.
This one is Witchlight Hand. You crept into the Witchlight Carnival as a child or youth and never looked back, earning a place among those who work behind the scenes to keep the carnival in business. As a hand, you work hard and party hard. The carnival has borne you to many fantastic worlds, circling back around to your home world once every 8 years. But you all know almost nothing about these worlds because you spend all your time in the carnival. You know the other hands well, but the carnival owners, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, remain mysterious to you even after all these years. Maybe you joined the carnival to escape a dismal life at home, or maybe you were enchanted by the idea of visiting new places or the dream of becoming one of the carnival's star attractions. Now that you're older, carnival life has lost some of its appeal. The daily routine has grown tedious. The cyclical nature of the carnival's journey monotonous. The carnival no longer fills your heart with a sense of wonder. Perhaps greater adventures await you beyond the carnival's gates.
Boy, does that one tie into Ravenloft.
Right? It really does. I love that these books are just like
that's
piggybacking off of each other.
Yeah.
So your skill proficiencies.
Okay.
Performance and sleight of hand, of course.
Makes sense.
Your tool proficiencies are disguise kit or one type of musical instruments.
Or, you said that?
Yeah, or.
Okay. So disguise kit or, depending on what you did. Okay.
Language, one of your choice, with no limit. Just of your choice.
That's pretty. Wow.
You can take abyssal. You can take deep speech.
Yeah. Primordial.
Celestial.
Yeah.
Sylvan.
That can, depending on how you're playing your game, well, that's kind of a funny thing. Depending on how you're playing a game, that could almost be breaking.
Yep.
Especially
if you choose a wizard with this background and get to take 2 more languages. Yep. For equipment, a disguise kit or a musical instrument of your choice, a deck of cards, a carnival uniform or costume, 1 trinket as compared to 3, and a pouch containing 8 gold. You also get a table. I love that there's so many tables in all these new books, by the way.
Yeah.
Carnival Companion.
Oh.
Okay. Over the
Okay.
years, you're going to love these.
Okay.
I saved this one for you.
Okay.
Because I knew you'd love this.
All right.
You have earned the friendship of another carnival fixture. Roll a d8 and consult the Carnival Companion's table to determine whom or what you befriended, or you can choose an option that you like. Work with your DM to flesh out this friendship. This companion hangs around you while you're at the carnival, but it won't voluntarily leave the carnival. You'll have to convince them to leave.
Okay.
You can't they just won't leave on their own.
Right.
The DM can use the Witchlight hand stat block in Chapter 1 to represent hands, performers, and animal trainers who serve as companions. So let me give you this list.
Okay.
The first one is an old cantankerous, that's how words work, Witchlight hand. And that's the best one.
Okay.
I mean, there's some other really good ones, but just imagine you show up at level 1 and you're like, yeah, I left the carnival, and the DM said it was okay, so I brought this old man with me.
Yeah.
And he's just like, where have you brought me now, you young whippersnapper? I'll have to take care of you, I guess.
I hate everybody.
Yep. Or he could be Columbo.
Oh, that's. I wouldn't do that to my players. That's the DM.
I'm just saying, imagine you show up at level 1 with Columbo in your back pocket.
I forgot. We got dragons here.
We happen to have a pen. I lost my pencil.
I need a magic sword.
Number 2 is a young, impressionable Witchlight hand, which can also be really interesting.
Yeah.
Number 3 is a performer, such as an acrobat, a clown, or a musician. Again, if at level 1 you come up to me and you have a clown traveling with you,
Yes.
we got a problem.
Yes.
Number 4 is a retired performer. Number 5 is a seasoned animal trainer. And from here on, things get weird. Number 6 is an old blink dog.
Are they listening?
Right? We've been there before. Number 7 is a cheery sprite. That could be really fun.
That could be.
It's your own personal Navi.
Yeah.
Number 8 is I could have also said Syl from Stormlight Archive, but only 2 people would have gotten that joke. One of them is our sound guy. Number 8 is a harmless magical wisp of light, no stat block required, that has a flying speed of 30 feet, can hover, and sheds bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim light for an additional 5 feet.
I like that one.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, this thing lived in the carnival too, and it got attached to me, and now we're leaving, you know?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I like the fact it's like, look, it's light. There's no stat block, right?
Yeah.
You don't have
it's
to.
not going to
work-
take damage.
Yeah. It's not gonna. You don't have to keep it in mind when you're doing your action economy.
Right.
Or all of that. I like that.
It's just here to help.
And it's
here
useful.
to hang out.
It's actually
It's
useful.
very useful. Yeah. Especially since none of these would be familiar. So honestly, as cool as having an old blink dog would be,
Yeah.
it's not tied to you in any way other than just it likes you.
Right. I like that one.
You also get, and this one is very situational but kind of cool, Carnival Fixture. The Witchlight Carnival provides you with free, modest lodging and food. In addition, you may wander about the carnival and partake of its many wonders at no cost to you, provided you don't disrupt its shows or cause it any other trouble. So if your campaign takes you back to the carnival,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah.
You get to eat there for free. Just don't cause any problems.
Makes sense.
That's the backgrounds.
Okay.
I think they're both very good.
I do too.
I think that they could bring a lot of new life into backgrounds.
I do too, because they both can stand on their own. They both can be used anywhere else.
Yep.
But yeah, you could change. You could change carnival to what, gypsy or nomad.
Yep.
And go with that. Both solid, and both nice little flavor. I like the tables where you get that one little something just extra.
Yeah.
At the end of it. So
And I
very
can
cool.
even see one where you take the Witchlight hand and you turn it into the Fell Carnival from Ravenloft, right?
Mm-hmm.
And instead of that hand, you work for this carnival, and the Mist give you the bonus, and you have their version of that table. You know?
Right. Or you just
use the same table.
that's the carnival.
Yeah.
Just
100%.
change up the thing. It's that one goes hand in hand with the last one, the
Yeah.
last book we reviewed, and I like that a lot.
I agree.
It still stands alone, so I don't want to.
Yes.
So that's cool. Good deal.
After that, we have races.
Okay.
And this book goes into how to make a character, as it should. I think every book, as much as we go, well, everybody already knows that. No. Some people are going to buy this as their first D&D book.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to have that in there. Our races are Fairy and Harengon. So let's start with the Fairy, because it's what you think it is, right? It's the wee folk. It's the sprites, as it were. You know, these are the winged fairies that you expect. There's the picture, and I'll show the picture. Those are your winged fairies. They are short-lived. They live about a century, just like humans. They speak Elvish, Goblin, or Sylvan basically right away, right?
Okay.
Because of course they do.
Right.
They're infused with the magic of the Feywild. You can roll on a fairy characteristics table to get your Fey characteristics.
Okay.
Or you can just choose one, right?
Right.
It's a D8. Number 1 is your wings are like those of a bird.
That's cool.
Which is a weird, cool thing, and I love it.
Yeah.
Actually. Can my clown be mad at the girl? Oh, no. That's a Balan Wonderworld reference. Number 2, you have shimmering, multicolored skin.
Okay.
Sure. Number 3, you have exceptionally large ears. That would be the one that I would probably go with. Number 4 is a glittering mist constantly surrounds you. Also, remember, these are small. These are fairies the way you think they are.
Well, I'm
right?
trying to think of another class they've given us, or another race they've given us that would count as tiny.
Yeah. Not really.
We got small, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of another one that's tiny.
So these are small game-wise as well.
Oh,
they're not considered tiny. Okay. They are considered small.
Okay.
But
okay. So they're actually a little bit.
Yeah, they're about gnome size. Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Okay.
Number 5 is you have a small spectral horn on your forehead, like a unicorn horn.
Okay.
Number 6 is your legs are insectile. Heck yeah! Heck yeah! Spider legs?
Right.
I'm in.
That's an arachnid, sir.
That's, you know what? You're right. Ant legs? I'm in. Centipede legs?
Oh man,
I'm in.
Actually, I like the idea of hummingbird wings or blackbird wings.
Yeah,
I think that's
too.
really cool.
That's really nice. Number 7 is you smell like fresh brownies.
Is that what it says?
Yes, it sure does. You smell like fresh brownies. I love this book. Have I made that clear? I love this book.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I thought you were checking to see if I was paying attention.
No, it's true.
You smell like fresh brownies.
It also succeeded in doing that.
Right.
Number 8 is a noticeable, harmless chill surrounds you.
Okay.
I like that one a lot too, because that gives you the idea of like, but is this not actually a nice thing?
Yeah.
It acts
it's
so
not
happy.
Of this world.
Yeah, it makes me think a lot of when you hear the stories of Lord Oberyn and Lady Titania. It's like, yeah, no, they have that chill.
Yeah.
These are incredibly powerful, majestic, beautiful creatures, but also...
She's probably the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, and that will be to your detriment.
Yes. Because if he sees you looking too long... they are Fey.
Yeah.
So they are Fey for the sake of all rulings. Small speed, walking speed of 30 feet. They do not have a regular flying speed. Instead, they have flight as an ability. It's equal to their walking speed, but they can't use their flying speed at all if they're wearing medium or heavy armor. It doesn't say anything about rain, but with the size that they are, as a DM, I would probably say if it's a heavy rain, you're going to have a hard time flying.
Oh, maybe count it as rough terrain?
Yeah, that's what I would do. They have Druidcraft as a cantrip, just for free because of fairy magic.
Yeah, that's
Makes
cool.
sense.
That's cool.
And then starting at 3rd level, no matter what class they are, they can cast Fairy Fire using fairy magic, which is very nice. At 5th level, they get Enlarge Reduce with fairy magic.
Okay.
And once you cast Fairy Fire or Enlarge Reduce with this trade, you can't cast that spell again with it until you finish a long rest. You can also cast either of these spells using any spell slots you have of the appropriate level. So you just always have them prepared, right? Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma is your spellcasting ability for these spells when you cast them with this trait.
Wait. You get to just pick, or is that going to be based on your class?
I assume it'll be based on your class, yeah.
That'd be nice if you got to pick, but I'm...
Right. But I can't think of any casters that use other stats. It's just Intelligence, Wisdom, Charisma. So.
Yeah, I know, but if you're doing like...
Where is our Constitution caster? Come on. Give me a monk that casts with Constitution.
But you could... You pick one because... I don't know. There's a way you just flip back and forth.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a 16 and a 16, both you're casting.
Yeah.
Whatever. What maybe if you're... Well, I don't know.
Depending on what you're fighting.
Yeah. Depending on what you're fighting, how you do it.
But that's Fairy. I like Fairy. I think
too.
this is a really fun race to add in.
Yeah.
Next up is Harengon.
Okay.
And I checked the pronunciation guide. It is Harengon.
Yeah.
Not Harengon. They originated in the Feywild. They spoke Sylvan and embodied the spirit of freedom and travel. In time, these rabbit folk, because that's what they are, hopped into other worlds, bringing the Fey realm's exuberance with them and learning new languages as they went. They are bipedal, with the characteristic long feet of the rabbits they resemble and fur in a variety of colors. They share the keen senses and powerful legs of leporine creatures and are full of energy, like a wound-up spring. Harengons are blessed with a little Fey luck. They often find themselves a few fortunate feet away from dangers during travels. They are humanoid. Here's a picture you can see.
Yeah, I like it.
Here's a picture for the camera. That's a Harengon. They can be medium or small, and you choose when you select the race.
Okay.
Which is a very nice feature.
It is.
I could see a lot of work with a small Harengon rogue. Your walking speed is 30 feet. You have an ability called Hair Trigger. You can add your proficiency bonus to your initiative rolls.
Okay.
Because you're fast. I actually really like this race. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I want to be a ranger. Go ahead.
Right? Leporine senses. You have proficiency in perception.
Okay.
Lucky Footwork. When you fail a dex saving throw, you can use your reaction to roll a d4 and add it to the save, potentially turning this failure into success.
When you fail.
When you fail.
That's a nice little caveat to that.
However, you can't use the reaction if you're prone or if your speed is 0.
Yeah. But still, you have the... You know you failed. It's not,
Yep.
I
Then
have to decide.
Right.
Do I blow it now or not? Did I make it or not? That's a nice... No, that's pretty good.
Number 2, but in the style of Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, under the fairies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Rabbit Hop. As a bonus action, you can jump a number of feet equal to 5 times your proficiency bonus, which adds up real quick.
Yes, it does.
Without provoking opportunity attacks. You can use this trait only if your speed is greater than 0.
Okay.
You can use it a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. So, at first, at level 1, you can jump 10 feet, right? By level, what is it, level 3 is when it goes up? No, level 5.
Okay.
Level 5, you can now jump 15 feet.
Yeah.
And you can do it 3 times.
Yeah.
By the time you're level 15, you're jumping 40 feet? No,
Yeah.
not 40, 30 feet.
30 feet. Yeah. Still.
Whoa. Yeah, 30 feet. Boom.
Yeah.
For free.
Do this. Yeah.
Yeah. That's nuts.
I like it.
Yeah, it's great. But that's the Herring God. You know, it's not a huge thing. It's just it's a fun little race. It doesn't have a lot of crazy
cool.
stuff.
I like it. It's like the rabbit thing. I want to do a watership down.
Oh.
You okay? Over here.
I'm good.
Sorry.
I'm good.
Sorry.
That brought back memories. Ugh.
Big with the man or rabbit.
Yes.
You rabbit. Yes.
There's also a bunch of new character traits that you can add in, like being haunted by Fey laughter only you can hear, which is very cool. Good music making you weep like a baby. Never losing your childlike sense of wonder. Can't bring yourself to trust adults.
No.
Yeah, why would you, right? Or one that is just me. Somehow they literally just put me in a little box on this screen.
Yeah.
That's number 6 on the traits table. When I have a new idea, I get wildly excited about it until I come up with another better idea. It's just me. So thanks Wizards, for finally encapsulating me in a D&D book. But we don't need to get into all the bonds and flaws and everything. They're really cool, but you know. And then I'm going to skip past the beginning the adventure part and getting into all that. Because again, I don't want anybody to use this instead of getting the book. If you're interested in the adventure itself, get the book. It's good. Mm-hmm. It's a good book. They have all the setting stuff for the first chapter, which is the Witchlight Carnival itself.
Right.
Again, not going to go into all that, but they give you the layouts and everything. They give you times, names, the owners. They give you NPCs. They give you stat blocks for everything. So you're pretty much set, right? You're good to go. They give you personalities for the NPCs. It's very, very cool. After that, you have Chapter 2, Hither.
Okay.
Which is exactly the same. This is the area. This is the stuff. Chapter 3, Thither. I'm sure you can see where this is going. Yeah. Which again is all the stuff. NPCs, enemies, bosses. And Chapter 4, Yon. Hither, Thither, and Yon. Again, same way. And then finally, the Palace of Heart's Desires, which is...
Well, that just doesn't fit the pattern at all. I quit.
I want to go to Yon again. Yon was better.
I'll have to look. One of the problems I have with BookQuest that I'm not very good because I feel like I'm jumping around, and I don't, as a DM, I don't like silence at the table when it's my fault.
Yeah.
When I'm trying to jump around, and I realize it probably goes with preparation and things like that. But I like to take a look at just the layout and see if they've kind of.
Yeah. You
don't want to railroad, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard.
No, I
it's
agree.
hard to write a book where you're not at least a little bit railroading.
I agree.
You know.
Do you want to talk some magic items?
Yeah, I do. Some nice official magic items. This is cool.
I noticed that, what I thought was going to be the short part of this took a long time.
Okay.
And we still have magic items and monsters to go through.
Well, is it how many? Is it just a list of magic items?
It is lists with descriptions for all of these magic items.
We don't have to go through. We don't have to go through those. I'm just glad there's official magic items.
Oh, but they're really cool. So let me just touch on a couple of them.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
I will read off the list, and the ones that I think are really cool we'll talk about.
Okay.
The bobbing lily pad is a magic vehicle, a 10-foot diameter leaf that floats on water.
All right.
Has tendrils that propel it across land and across the water surface, but not underwater.
Okay.
As well as through the air.
Oh, that's handy.
It has a walking, flying, and swimming speed of 20 feet, and it can hover.
That's cool.
So it's technically slower than you are.
Yeah.
But it can fly when you probably can't.
Right.
And it can cross large groups of water.
And how much energy does it take to just sit on a lily pad and ride around?
Also, what I love about this is they put thought into it, right? It requires attunement. It moves according to your spoken directions while you're riding it. You have to tell it which way to go. And it can only transport up to 300 pounds without hindrance. It can carry up to twice this weight, but moves at half speed.
Okay.
So it's very situational, but also really cool.
Yeah.
Show me the world on your flying plant. Yes.
Yes.
I can
show you the world.
Yes.
Shining, shimmering.
Splendor. Next up is the Chromatic Rose. It's a very cool item as well.
Okay.
Again, if I talk about all of them, I'm going to be here all day.
Yeah.
But it's just like, hey, this is a rose that can have different colors, and depending on the color that it has a different effect, a different visual effect, and a different damage type.
Prismatic spray or...
Yeah.
Yeah, type thing. Actually, that's cool.
This is maybe my favorite magic item in here. The Cloak of Many Fashions. Not the Cloak of Many Things.
Of many fashions.
The cloak with all those pockets already exists. The Cloak of Many Fashions.
That's nice.
While wearing this, it's a common wondrous item. Doesn't need to be attuned. While wearing this cloak, you can use a bonus action to change the style, color, and apparent quality of the garment. The cloak's weight doesn't change. Regardless of its appearance, the cloak can't be anything but a cloak. Although it can duplicate the appearance of other magic cloaks, it doesn't gain their properties.
Oh, man. If you're a monk wearing that, you're Depeche Mode.
Right?
Nobody will get that, but it's okay.
It's such a cool item. Just the idea of, like, I want to look broke now.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a shabby looking cloak.
Yeah.
And then now I'm before the king. Now it's a wondrous cloak.
Yes. I like it.
The Dread Helm, which you already know about, is now official in 5e.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Dust of Corrosion's really cool. It's literally pocket sand. You know how it works already. Mm-hmm. It's coming back from 3.5. It's here. The Eldritch Staff is really cool. This staff can be wielded as a magic quarterstaff that grants a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. It does require attunement. It has 10 charges. It regains 1d6 plus 4 charges every dawn.
Oh, that's cool.
If you expend the last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, it's destroyed.
Okay.
However, with it, if you hit with a melee attack using the staff, you can expend up to 3 charges. And for each charge you expend, the target takes an extra 1d8 lightning damage.
I like it.
It's very cool.
I like the fact that it's a quarterstaff.
Yeah.
I need a couple more powerful quarterstaffs.
It also has Eldritch Escape, which is the coolest part about it. If you take damage while holding the staff, you can use your reaction to expend 3 charges, whereupon you turn invisible and teleport, along with any equipment you're carrying, up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see. You remain invisible until the start of your next turn, or until you attack, cast a spell, or deal damage.
That's pretty cool.
You just get to go, oh, you hit me?
I'm out.
I'm gone.
Alright, I'm out of here.
It's so cool. There's also...
What?
Hold on. I read the pronunciation guide for this. Igvil's Cauldron.
Okay.
I got there.
Igvil's?
Igvil crafted a wondrous cauldron with the help of the Baba Yaga.
Okay, I don't want it.
Yes, right? The cauldron has 2 forms. Only Igvil or Baba Yaga can change the cauldron from one form to another by using an action to touch it. So if you take it from them, it cannot be changed, basically. And it requires attunement, of course. Which either can do, they can change it without being attuned to it. In its first form, the cauldron is made of solid gold and embossed on the outside with images of bare branch trees, falling leaves, and broomsticks. In its second form, the cauldron is made of iron and embossed on the outside with images of bats, toads, cats, lizards, and snakes, 8 of each animal. In either form, it's roughly 3 feet in diameter, 2-foot wide mouth, a round lid with a molded handle at the top, and 8 clawed feet for stability. It weighs 80 pounds when empty and can hold up to 100 gallons of liquid. However...
Yes, I was waiting on this.
If you attune to it, any creature that attunes to it must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or be aged to the point of decrepitude. In this state, their speed is halved, the range of their vision and hearing is reduced to 30 feet, and it has disadvantage on all ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws. The creature will reach the end of its natural lifespan in 3d8 days. Only a wish or divine intervention can reverse the aging effect on the creature.
Wow.
If you don't succeed on that saving throw, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But I feel like that could be really fun too, because then it changes the course of the entire adventure.
Yeah.
You have 3d8 days to live. 3 hags can attune to the cauldron simultaneously, provided they formed a coven. If the coven disbands, the attunement ends for all 3 hags. Here's the properties. Regardless of the form it takes, it has the following random properties.
Okay.
1 minor beneficial property, determined by rolling on the table we're about to get to.
Okay.
Actually, I think that table might not be in this book. I think that table might be in... It is. The table's in the DMG. Okay. So it's the minor beneficial properties.
Okay, yes, yeah. When you're creating a magic item.
Yeah, and then 1 minor detrimental property as well.
Okay. That's right before the magic item section in the DMG, I think.
Yes. Here's the... I don't want to get into the whole thing, because again, it's really long. You should get the book for yourself.
Yeah. I'm kind of bummed about that, though.
Yeah.
Having to go out of book to use that. But.
I agree. But I will read off one thing that happens with each. Because each version of the cauldron has a different effect, right? Okay. And then they each get random effects, too. It's kind of harsh, that you just die in 3d8 days. So, if wine is poured into the cauldron when it's gold and stirred for 10 minutes, and again, there's a whole list of these, but this is just one for each. It transforms into a magical elixir that fortifies up to 4 people per gallon of wine used. Any creature that imbibes the elixir gains 10 temporary hit points. Any of the elixir that isn't consumed within 1 hour vanishes. Once used, this property of the cauldron can't be used again until the next dawn. Which is pretty cool. Also, if you stick a broom in there, it becomes a broom of flying for 3 days.
That's cool.
The iron version... You can use an action to scream into the empty cauldron, which magically summons a swarm of bats that flies out of the cauldron and acts immediately after you in the initiative order. The swarm obeys your commands and disappears after a minute if it hasn't been destroyed by then. And you can't do that again until another couple days. Also, if you throw a branch in there, it becomes a wand of polymorph for 3 days.
Wow.
Yep.
I think I would actually... You would have to take it to this one to get the gold one. You have to deal with this one to get the iron one.
Yeah.
I don't think they've been...
I have to read this one to you too, though.
Okay.
I have to.
Okay, go.
If you spend 1 minute touching the cauldron with the unicorn's horn while reciting the poem called the Witch Queen Cauldron, which is up above, all creatures within 1,000 feet of the cauldron, except those that are tuned to it, become frozen in time.
That's handy.
It's so good. Oh, they can be moved, harmed in any way, or affected by any other magic while they're frozen in time. They can't move or speak. They don't age. They're unaware of what's going on. All other conditions and effects on the creature are suppressed until it is no longer frozen in time. So you can set them on fire. The fire also freezes then instantly. But when they become unfrozen, the fire is still there. Destroying the cauldron, sending it to another plane of existence, or touching it with the unicorn's horn for 1 minute while reciting the Witch Queen's Cauldron again ends the time freezing effect. It also ends on any creatures that come into contact with an anti-magic field or is touched by a unicorn horn. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Then there's Instruments of Scribing, which is a musical instrument that can scribe for you.
Okay.
3 charges. Orb of Direction, which is pretty much just a compass, but it's pretty cool. It only functions on the material plane. The Ornithopter of Flying.
That's not new.
No, it's not. I believe it's from 3, 5, and 4.
It's in 2nd edition.
It's in 2nd too? Yeah. Okay.
They had there's a few things that were Da Vinci-esque, I guess.
Yeah.
And that was one of them.
That makes sense.
I can't remember what book it was from. I think it had something like, clockwork stuff and ornithopter.
The Pipe of Smoke Monsters. Which is where when you take a puff, it can take the form of a dragon, a flump, or a froghemoth. But it doesn't actually do anything once it takes that form. Pixie Dust, Pole of Collapsing, which is a 10-foot pole that can be condensed and down to a 1-foot rod.
Yes, he did.
A Potion of Advantage, which is exactly what it sounds like.
You just take a potion and get advantage?
On 1 ability check, attack, roll, or saving throw of your choice for the next hour. Potion of Advantage. Scissors
Now I want
of...
to make a character as a chemist.
Right? Scissors of shadow snipping, which do exactly what you think they do.
Awesome.
They snip shadows.
That's cool.
And you can root the shadows to the spot. Snicker Snack. Can you guess what that is?
It's going to be some type of Vorpal sword or
It's
Jabberwocky.
a great sword, yeah.
Jabberwocky type thing.
Yeah. It's legendary and requires attunement by a non-evil creature. It is the Vorpal sword.
Okay.
Plus 3.
It's a +3 sword, and you get a 20, something comes off.
Automatically has Vorpal.
Now Vorpal, if you get if you crit,
yes.
you cut the head off.
Yes, that's what this one does as well.
Yeah. Okay.
It's immune to this effect if
sword.
it's immune to slashing. You also immediately gain proficiency with greatswords.
That's good. Yeah.
And you can use your charisma modifier instead of your strength modifier for attacking damage rolls made with the weapon.
I like it.
Also, it's sentient. It's chaotic good. Has an intelligence of 9, a wisdom of 14, and a charisma of 18.
Okay.
It has hearing and dark vision out to a range of 120 feet. It can speak, read, and understand common, and its voice sounds silvery and melodic. Snickersnack craves the destruction of evil dragons and urges you to seek out these creatures and slay them. It also ends its attunement to you if you miss on attack rolls 3 times in a row.
Oh.
Yes. Hey, Dark, how's it going?
Hey,
yeah.
glad you can make it dark.
Yeah, it just decides, hey, no, we're done. You missed 3 times. You suck. See ya.
That's awful.
Yeah.
It's funny, but
Snickersnack. So, just a heads up to everybody, too, since we're this late in, I probably should have said it like 20 minutes ago. We're covering the new book, The Wild and Beyond the Witchlight, today. There is a new longsword called Steel, which is also sentient. It's basically the same thing, except it won't just leave you. It's based on an old legend as well. The sword would have been called Shele, I believe, but
okay,
yeah, it's pretty cool. I believe it was in 3.5 as well. There's a talking doll. You can spend a short rest telling it to say up to 6 phrases, none of which can be more than 6 words long. And you can set a condition under which it will speak those phrases, and then it just talks.
that's one. Was it a leftover from Ravenloft?
I think so, probably, looking at it.
And that's probably the one time you would not want a Vorpal sword or Vorpal blade.
Yeah,
fighting
a Hydra. Oh, man.
Oh, look, 2 heads.
Yeah. Oh, now there's now there's 20 heads. There's a Wand of Scowls and the Wand of Smiles. If you remember the Wand of Smiles, it was a big magic item in 4th edition.
Mm-hmm.
People love the Wand of Smiles. Well, now there's the Wand of Scowls.
Okay.
And it also brings back the Wand of Smiles with it. So,
all right.
Kind of like 4 heads. I imagine it was a bad time. So this is cool. Basically, these, if you fail the saving throw, which is a DC 10 charisma, Wand of Smiles, you have to smile.
Okay.
Wand of Scowls, you have to scowl. That's all it does.
Okay. That's all it needs to do.
And then finally, for the magic items, is the last one. The Woodcutter's Axe. It's just a +1 axe, basically. But if you hit a plant creature or a wooden object that isn't being worn or carried, it deals an extra 2d6 damage on hit.
I'm just saying that one should do extra damage to wolves.
Yep, it should. I agree. Especially when we're talking about fairy tales.
Yeah, if we're gonna have a woodcutter's axe, it does extra damage to wolves. That's all I'm saying.
So the last real thing that I want to cover here, I did want to get into these stage frights lines, but we might not have time.
Okay.
I want to talk to you about these new monsters.
How many monsters we got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might have to do monsters next week. 6, 7, 8.
Because these are
9, 10.
We try to cover, stuff.
11, 12.
Wow.
13.
Well, I guess so. They're building it is an adventure, but they're
14,
giving you a campaign world with it. So
15.
yeah, I would
16,
like to go a little more in depth with the monsters.
17. Yeah, 17 new monsters.
Yeah, I'd like to go a little more in depth with that.
I agree. Also had a greater doubling rings. They poured over all the benefits of one weapon onto the other hand's weapon as well. Oh, Vorpal blade and a Vorpal hammer.
Which was
yeah, I imagine.
Crushed its head off.
So we'll save the monsters for next week then, because I think they're worth it.
Yeah.
Especially because a lot of them have mythological references that I think we could have some fun with.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil any of them for you, but there's some good stuff in there.
Well, it's good. I know enough, like old stories, mythologies.
Yeah.
Shakespeare. And so I know some of the stuff that's probably going to be alluded to, and obviously they've already have, right?
Yes, absolutely.
We went over.
Absolutely.
One of them, it's right on the money.
Well, and I think it's really interesting too because both you and I love mythology.
Yeah.
And both you and I, with our heritages, are very close to this particular mythology.
Yeah.
So it's mythology that you and I both grew up learning, right?
Hey, we're off the official topic. I'm taking my hat off.
Okay.
I still have coffee though, so.
That's fair.
So we got time.
So we're good. These last bits here are...
Oh, the stage lines.
The stage lines, yes.
Okay, yeah, go
So
on.
these are like, hey, you got a play going on in your campaign. You need some good lines, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need some lines to throw out there. So I want to read these to you. You dare speak of this, rascal? Not even Ortjugs would dine on this. On the contrary, I acknowledge all your faults. And again, for anybody who's like, what are these? If you had a play going on and you wanted to give just a single line to let your party know this is the play going on and you're here watching the play or you're here being part of the play, this is the line you say.
Yeah.
So that they recognize, oh yeah, they're having fun. This is a good play, you know? Oh, based on how much coffee, it's true. Am I to make pie from these crumbs?
Nice.
My liege, he's dead.
That's dramatic.
Yep.
Very dramatic there, sir.
Are you the lord here? I bring dark tidings from afar.
Oh, that's straight out of Lord of the Rings. That's good.
I really like this one. It seems we are in a bit of a prickle. You would make a mistress of the moon if she shone on you. No, master, he's turned to stone. You have lit my lantern wick, that's for sure. I am a flame. Which is the line that I'm going to use on women from now on. I'm not going to do that. I'm not.
Oh, man.
But I love that line. Woo. Also,
Dark Ages pickup lines.
Also, but I am your son.
That's a good one.
Which is a really good one.
Need that one there for sure.
Yeah. You fetch my steed.
I just want a job at Wizards writing these.
I know, right? This is my dream job right here. Thank you for not using that. Don't worry, I won't. I won't actually use that line. I'll just think it now anytime I talk. Murder! Oh, murder! Which is another good one you can use.
Yeah.
I'm going to start doing voices for these because it's fun.
Okay.
'Tis said that in Valuna they eat such things. Hurts, doesn't it? That's it. That's the line.
Dude, no, you can't do that. That is a very famous line. Do you know what line that's from? What movie's from? That's from?
No.
That is when the Kurgan cut Sean Connery's throat in the Highlander.
Oh, you're so right. Hurts.
So try again. Try again, sir.
Yep. I can't do his voice.
Hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Yes.
Holy ground, Highlander.
Yep. I love this one, by the way. Careful, whelp. Far greater than thou hath perished for less.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
I tell my kids that all the time.
This portends an unpleasant day.
Okay.
Hold on to thy seat. This trail has more bumps yet to come.
That's a good one. I like that one.
I like that one a lot, too.
I do.
What manner of ghoul is this I see before me?
That's another one. That's another one.
It's Shakespeare, isn't it? Hamlet.
What matter of when he sees his father, right? Is that right before the
I think so.
to be or not to be, or right after?
What
the to
manner of ghoul is this I see before me?
I think so. Yeah. Aha.
Yep. I see what they're doing.
I do too. Go ahead.
I feel I have inherited much from this meeting.
Man, that's why you come over.
Yeah, every time. Knaves, footpads, and liars, I am in good company.
Isn't that a Cher song?
Well, not only
Knaves,
that, I think it's
footpads,
also
and liars.
in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Knaves, foot, pads, and liars.
I'm in good company.
Did they not?
I also love the Highlander series. Stop saying that. Are you a fool? Even a beholder wouldn't have seen that one coming.
Ugh.
Which is so cheesy. I love it.
That's great.
Also, I wish I had the context for this one. Hurry! 'Tis best I die quickly.
Okay.
I agree, yeah. 100%. I would tear the world in two for a quaff. And that's me when they don't have Dr. Pepper.
Right? And make sure you pronounce that last word correctly.
Yes. Lend me your hand. There is something I must show you. How now, friend? Why the long face?
Oh.
I would not wish you upon a toad. Which is actually a really good insult. Yeah.
Okay.
I shall make a banquet. Oh, I have to read this one right. Hold on.
Okay.
A quaff is a drink. I shall make a banquet of your dreams.
Doesn't sound like it. That sounds terrifying, sir.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. I was the nightmare.
Oh, okay.
You beastly little imp. Which also sounds vaguely sexual. Hush, my sweet little dumpling. Which also sounds vaguely sexual. Oh, let us make merry again soon. Which also sounds vaguely sexual. We danced too long. Now all the music is gone. Which is very close to one of my favorite lines in anything ever. Which is a line from Drakengard that is... welcome to a world without song.
Yes.
It's such a good line.
It is. That was a Joker-esque line too.
Yeah, that's true. Night comes and we must away. Do you recognize that one?
That sounds familiar.
It's Romeo and Juliet.
Is it really?
Yeah,
No,
night comes, we must away. It's also in what's that one called where they're in New York? That's Romeo and Juliet, but
I don't know.
oh, it's gonna bother me. They used the names in Final Fantasy VI. Maria and Maria, Maria. I can't remember the name of it, but they use it in there too.
Okay.
It's not ever after. It's gonna hit me after we end the recording, and I'm gonna be like, ah. Such humor! I can barely hold my sides. That's literally just. You're so funny. I forgot to laugh. I smell a foul wind. I do love this one though. Who goes there on this woebegone rain-lashed night?
That's a good one.
Tomorrow should dawn merrier. The words catch in my throat. I cannot speak them. I think I'll use the fart one. That's a good line out of context.
Yes.
Are there birds afoot? My hope is shriveled like a grape. Let us make wine of it. That is a goatish look you have upon your face. And then just like, after all these great... There's no more, don't worry. But after all these great ones, just tell me what I must do. It's like, yeah, sure, but I mean, the last 20 have been great. What is this? Is that a hoot or a growl? It chills my blood.
I'm still, this blows my mind because I'm enjoying this, but still, this was their job.
Yep. I wish this was my job.
Amazing.
Speak only good news. My mood is leaden.
Yeah.
That's a good line.
Mm-hmm.
A tailor could not sew a finer lie.
I like that.
Which is a very good line. I'm going to use that one for sure. I think I'll hide in the chimney.
Just...
this one has to be from an evil person.
Okay.
Silence, piglet. You have squealed enough.
Either that or Pooh Bear.
That's true. It could be. I can't do a good poo. I'm sorry. I wanted to really bad, but I can't.
I can't either. Oh, bother.
Silence, pig. No, that's not it. We'll just move on. Enough! I shall not be kicked by any mule.
Eeyore, I can do that.
Yeah, I can do Tigger. This dream shall soon end. Mm-hmm. Which is a very good line. An unnecessary footnote you are. Should we say that line? Hide in the chimney. As for this one, let your sword speak.
That's good. That's right. Princess Bride. I like that. That would have fit in that movie.
A runt has no place among giants. I shall not rest till the deed is done. Perhaps I shall have that drink after all. My enemies are dead, yet I hunger still. It's pretty good. I like it. Awake! The time is upon us! There is no night for joy. I feel like I've not only heard that one, I feel like the next line is like really recognizable as well, and it's just not there for me. There is no night for joy. There is now only sorrow. Something like that.
Maybe.
Is that from the Charge of the Light Brigade?
Oh.
I think it might be. Once more into the breach, dear friends, once more. And then in that speech, it gets down to, there is no night for joy, only sorrow beckons here. That's it.
Yes.
Only sorrow beckons here.
Yeah. From that one guy that lived.
Yeah. Strange bedfellows, these ones. And then just like, I imagine Scooby-Doo. See? 'Twas I all along!
See, I want to put a play in now, but I don't, just so I can yell lines. I wouldn't use any of those. I'm just...
Yeah, I want to write my own.
Yeah, right.
I have a wicked thought, if you will hear it. Here's some gristle to chew on. Which is literally just chew on this one for a while. Well, here is a serpent! I waited until you were taking a drink for that one. It's like, what is the context for that? Just, here you go. It's a serpent.
What player were you watching?
I feel like a giant stepped on my head. This was really good, too. Two truths told. A lie is sure to follow. All is lost. No prayer can save us now. I warn you, my patience is sunk. Oh, for a sword! It seems I am betrayed. What malice are you planning? Have you met my husband? There's probably a better delivery for that, but something about just like the deadpan.
Yeah.
What fresh horror is this? Bar the door! They're here! Something stirs below. You can get Darkest Dungeon on that one. Hold on.
Go for it.
Something stirs below. The Eldritch Night. Let me answer this one.
Okay.
That's.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I blush red as a radish. I'm not going to go into the context for that one.
No.
From this wound I shall not recover. You have slain me. This truly is the worst outcome. Prefer what fresh hell is this over horror. That's what most people would say. Then what fresh horror is this?
Yeah.
Unless I guess you're being attacked by a new horror, in which case then it's, let us dance in the whistling wind. And I guess in hindsight that probably is like an actual invitation to let's go dance in the wind, but in my head it was two swordsmen clashing.
Okay, I can see that.
And then finally, tomorrow at sunrise, I shall no longer be here. And all those are printable, so you can print them out and stick them on the inside of your DM screen.
Oh, that was cool.
Which is really nice.
That's cool.
But yeah, that's the stage lines. I think that is dumb and great.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah, same here.
I am killed. Pretty much. This wound you have given me, it shall never heal. Oh my gosh. If you use that line, you have to use the one before it. Which is, how's it go? Forsooth, it crawls beneath my skin, these wounds that will not heal.
Yes. I don't know,
I'm
man.
clever. That's all.
I don't know. I that is dumb, stupid fun. I really like it. I had in one adventure. The only time I've done anything like that, at one adventure, I had a guy. He snuck up on the main villain.
Yeah.
Guy talking to him, and he was like, "I'm just gonna sit and listen." I was like, "Well, okay."
Sure.
So I did the conversation back and forth in two different voices.
Yeah.
And that would I don't know. I can see how. It's kind of funny. It was so. It's almost like, yeah, I know exactly how that works.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you sit at the table and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
from the stage you hear, yeah, so I like that. It's dumb fun.
Yeah,
Good
I think that's really good. I like this book a lot, and we'll get into the monsters next week, but I love this idea of, hey, we're going to make a setting, and then we're going to make an adventure, and the setting has some adventure stuff in it, and the adventure has some setting stuff in it.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's the best way to do this. It's the best of both worlds, because then I care about each book. It's not just, well, I got it for the races. It's, well, I got it because there's cool stuff in there, man.
Yeah. And yes, I agree. And like I'm really happy with the last two books we've looked at.
Yep.
So,
Fizbin's is coming. Strixhaven's coming. Mm-hmm. Let's hope they're both great, too.
Yeah, and I guess...
More cool stuff, always.
Yeah, right? Cool stuff, man. well. It makes me want. It does make me though. Make me want to go back and compare some of the older books, the older adventure books.
Yeah.
And see how if they've kind of changed that up, maybe help
Yeah,
out
we
people.
just skipped them. Yeah.
And help out people like me that are that have trouble with that.
Absolutely. And to clarify, Dark, I don't mind getting the new books for the new races. I've bought plenty of the older adventure books just for the sake of the races in them, right? Yeah. But I never had any great desire to dig into the book itself. I just paid attention to the races and moved on. Whereas this book, yeah, I skipped the adventures tonight because I don't want to just tell you the adventures. I want you to find them for yourself. But I'll tell you, I read them. And they're fun adventures. I'm stealing some of that stuff to put in my campaigns. You know, and the fact that now I have that option is great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, check out the VOD for sure, because we talked about fairies and herringons. And I'm not rubbing my nose because it itches. I'm rubbing my nose because I need to trim my mustache, and my mustache hair is tickling the inside of my nose, and it really bothers me. Sorry. That was probably,
I understand.
That was probably too much information, really.
Probably.
But that's why I keep doing this.
Well, yeah, I totally understand that. From the player side, that's what you want. You want a different race. You want something new. To bring to your side of it.
100%. I want to play a herringon.
Yeah, I like herringon. That sounds really cool.
I kind of want to play a fairy too, with centipede legs. Can you imagine that? You're like, yeah, when I walk, I across the ground. Yeah. And then I bend up on the centipede legs to stand.
Yeah.
And then when I fly, it's completely normal. Nobody'd ever know. That sounds great. Pathfinder's got fairies too? Nice.
Okay. Who is the publisher on Pathfinder?
I don't know, actually. That's a good question.
I'll find out who puts that out. I don't know.
Last campaign, one of your guys was a fairy? Nice.
That's cool.
I like fairies. I know somebody that plays in my campaigns that would probably enjoy being a fairy.
Paizo? Paizo?
I think it's Paizo.
Okay. I'll do that.
You would like to play one as well, Waverly? Okay. Fairies are pretty cool.
Thank you, Dark. Alright. I don't have anything else and I'm out of coffee now.
Yeah, I guess it's time to call it, since we can't talk about monsters till next week.
I'll be here for the next 2 hours.
And I got stuff I gotta go do. I gotta go record a Nintendo Direct that I haven't been spoiled on yet.
Yeah, don't look at Twitter.
Yeah, right. I can't even pull up, like, for YouTube. I'm going to pull up just YouTube music on the way home. I can't just pull up YouTube and listen to music because everybody's videos are already up. But, yeah, I like playing weird races too.
Yeah.
But if we keep talking races, we won't leave. So, since you're out of coffee, I guess we'll call it.
Okay.
Until next time, if you want to see the VOD of this, it will go up on YouTube tomorrow, or you can watch it here on Twitch for the next 2 weeks before Twitch automatically deletes them because there's nothing we can do about that now. The VOD will go live on YouTube tomorrow at youtube.com/c/thefullspectrum. Just like the logo that we have here, there should be a link at the bottom of this page to be able to go to the YouTube side if you want to watch it there. We just wrapped up a Bound Wonderworld playthrough that will slowly be coming up as well. So if you want to check out the YouTube, we have some great stuff. On Twitch, we also have the Tuesday podcast where we talk about video games. Normally, I am joined by Patrick and Andrew, sometimes Rungren, depending. But we have a really good time over there, and so you can come check us out there as well. At the same time, 7 p.m. CT every week, Tuesday, Thursdays. We have 2 podcasts that go every week. Is there anything else I forgot? Talked about the Discord?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that
talked about the Patreon at the start.
Yes.
If you want to get in the Discord where we post stuff all the time, including early access to all our videos, support us for as little as $1 on Patreon. I think that's pretty much everything. So, with all that said, then, I've been Trey.
I've been Rungren.
And we've been the Full Spectrum. And remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that D&D has to offer.